Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I just want to sit down and talk about my whole 2021 experience, right? This year, honestly, it was pretty good. You know, we played a lot of games. We finished a lot of them. There's a few that I still need to finish as I'm recording this, but obviously, you know, people get busy and sometimes they can't make the time. Plus, a lot of the playthroughs are pretty long, so I try my best to record them, edit them, and then, you know, upload them the next day. But I mean, we've definitely done a lot. I mean, from my list, we've completed... what do we start with? We started the year with Last of Us and Kingdom Hearts. Can you believe it? And I finished both those games early in the year. Last of Us was an amazing experience that I'll always remember, and I'm glad that I was able to kind of play it early. I obviously took a break and I wasn't able to finish it until later that year, but it was a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And I can't wait for the next one, right? As for Kingdom Hearts, I'm a longtime Kingdom Hearts fan. Grew up with the series, and I was really glad that I was also able to play Kingdom Hearts on the channel. I hope to play the DLC soon. I don't know when I'll have time to download it and just play it, because I kind of want to get back into that game. But, you know, only time will tell, because like I said, I want to finish what I'm currently playing. As I'm recording this, I've knocked out Resident Evil. You know, that was a really fun game that I played during Halloween, and I kind of stuck to it. Well, you know what? I don't even remember. I think I started that kind of early as well, and then continued it during Halloween. I think that's what it was. A lot of these games I started and continued. I mean, some of the games that I recently finished are the ones that I took a break and continued. I mean, you know, heck, what can I say? Let me start from my list. Hold on. I mean, honestly, yeah, after finishing those two big games, it was really about what was next, right? I mean, I finished Last of Us, and then there was a few other stuff that I wanted to get into. Obviously, I mixed things up with different games. You know, right after Last of Us finished, I started Little Nightmares, which released earlier in the year. I made sure to finish the DLC from the original game, and then went to play the second one, which was a really cool treat. Around the same time was when I finished Kingdom Hearts. You know, all these games were essentially games that I needed to finish in order to move on to something new. But you know, Kingdom Hearts, like I said, I loved playing it. It was such a treat to go through it, and record my first time reactions. That series is a little bit weird looking back, because half of it is me with no face cam and kind of shy and still kind of talking with my low voice. And then when I came back, it was a lot more energetic and had my face cam on, which, you know, of course, my OCD kind of gets to me, and I feel like I want to re-record the first few episodes. But of course, that's just something I have to get over with, right? But right after I finished Kingdom Hearts, that was around the time where we got more news on Super Smash Bros. I think that was when Mythra came out, which was super exciting. That was actually a pretty cool character. Coming off the heels of, I think, Sephiroth was definitely crazy. Around that time, I was like, well, who could it be? Could it be Sora with all this Kingdom Hearts hype, at least that I was feeling? But it was Mythra, and to this day, I still really enjoy playing her. She's on my top 10 in Smash Brothers. Obviously, I like her because she's an amazing fighter, and she has a really cool, fighting qualities, a lot of cool projectiles, and really strong moves. Like, there's no other reason, of course. I mean, you could say that there are, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have, she has good assets, if you know what I mean. So after I finished Kingdom Hearts and Little Nightmares 2, respectively, when I finished those together, that's when I started my adventure with The Legend of Zelda. That was because of the whole, Zelda 35th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, and I just wanted to kind of play something Zelda. I played that whole week. It was Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros. I used a whole bunch of Zelda characters. It was really cool, and it was a lot of Smash Bros. Hype around that time because Mythra was coming out. But Breath of the Wild was such a cool experience. I mean, that was one of the games that I already did play. That was one of the first games I got on my Switch, and it was just really fun to replay it and kind of realize that there's still a lot of new stuff that you can find. Like the game, even though I knew what was going to happen, surprised me, and I can't wait to play more Breath of the Wild 2, play Breath of the Wild 2 when it comes out. I guess I'll just say play more Breath of the Wild, because I still have to do the DLC. And I want to play that before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, but I still need to finish the Age of Calamity DLC, which I'll most likely do early this year. Because my goal, like I said, is still to finish games. I have a rough window to finish what I still need to finish before the next big game comes out, which is Pokemon Arceus. Alongside that, I'll probably do Bayonetta and stuff like that because I really want to get into the whole Bayonetta 3 hype. I've already played Bayonetta 1, so that's not going to be a surprise to me, but maybe it'll be kind of like Zelda because it's been a while since I played it. Bayonetta 2 is completely new to me, even though I've had the game for the longest time. Like, I bought the double collection on the Nintendo Switch, on the Wii U rather, never touched it because I was too busy playing 1. And then they ported it to Switch, and I still only played 1, but I made the choice to not touch 2 until I do a playthrough on it. I do know the beginning section because there was a demo when it originally came out on the Wii U, and that's how I fell in love with the game. I tried the demo, it was great, and then she came to Super Smash Brothers, and I started becoming a fan. But I definitely want to play that. I'll most likely, obviously at this point we don't know when Bayonetta 2 will come out, so I hope to play Bayonetta 1, then go to Bayonetta 2, and then depending on how far Bayonetta 3 is, I might start Astral Chain, which is another game that I'm dying to play. I have played it, that one I have played, but like I said, it's been a while. Maybe I forgot a few things, and I could kind of show you my reactions to anything I might have missed. But I mean, Breath of the Wild was amazing. Going back to that game, that's another one that I'm excited for, just because the first one was so fun, especially the second time around, which you would expect you would be a master at this point, but it was a complete new adventure. I was like, oh, what is that? What is this? Like, I legit tried to focus on story, but I would get distracted with everything every 2 seconds. So I wanted to, after I finished that game, I wanted to move, or not really finish, but when I took time to play a different game, I wanted to focus on something that was more linear, which is why around that time I also started playing Persona 5 Strikers, which so far has been a really fun game, but has been completely different than what I thought it would be. I really thought it was going to be like Age of Calamity, where it was, a few cutscenes and, then you get straight into battle, but it turned out to be legit a Persona 5-2 sequel with just different gameplay. So like the whole game plays like a Hyrule Warriors game, or I guess a Warriors game in general, but the story is so big. I have, as of me recording this, I have 2 episodes that is only story. Like, it's just me sitting there watching an anime. Like, that's how big this game is. As of me recording this, I'm still playing the game. Like, I think the last episode was episode 14. Like, that's crazy. Age of Calamity was only 10 episodes. So, I'm already 4 episodes in, and it looks like we're getting close. For my calculations, it could be like 18 episodes, more or less. But we'll have to see. Alongside that, I did play Sea of Solitude, which is a fun little indie game. It was really fun, really emotional, but just something that it kind of interested me. I saw it at the eShop. It interested me. It was low price, so I was like, why not? Let's try it out. And it was a really cool experience. All throughout the year, though, regarding the big games I played, I've obviously kept Fortnite in the foreground, right? I mean, we started the year in season 5, and now we're all the way in chapter 3, right? So we have technically 5, 6, 7, 8, because they actually cut a few seasons. So 3 seasons of Fortnite. I guess technically 4 if you count the new one we're currently on as I'm recording this. So Fortnite has definitely been around. I have gotten better with recording. With that game, I don't necessarily use my face cam because I usually kind of like get close to the screen when I'm playing. So you don't want to see my ugly mug that close. But I do keep my voice because I feel like you need some commentary. Back in the day, I used to just do sound effects and music, but it's kind of, I'm not a pro player, so some of the plays aren't that crazy, so I feel like my commentary really helps. Then after that, I think the only other big game I did start this year that I'm currently, I guess as I'm recording this, I'm almost finished. You guys probably will see the finale tomorrow as of me recording this, but it was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I started like the first 4 episodes early in the year, then I took a break and came back, but man, that was such a fun game. Like, I guess as of me recording this, I've already finished it, so I can say it was an amazing game. Definitely wish I could actually sat down and played it all the way through. But I mean, from start to finish, it was such an amazing adventure. I guess I mentioned this at the end of the finale. You guys will see it soon, but it was such a refreshing kind of feeling to play a game that was story, action, like to a different level. It was like Breath of the Wild, but there were story beats intertwined. It's not like Breath of the Wild where the story happens when you get to a place. It was like all around you. Plus the combat was different. I never played a game that was like Soul Eater. No, that's not it. Dark Souls or whatever. Like I never played any of those games. So like it was my first my first impression of games like that, but overall they had the Star Wars twist to it, which is something I love, which was amazing. I mean, as of me recording this, there's been a lot of Star Wars around me. I've been watching Star Wars Visions, I've been playing Fallen Order. As of me recording this, Boba Fett came out, the first episode. You guys can also check that out on my film channel. There's a link in the description. But I mean, that was an amazing game. I'm glad I finished it. Speaking of finished games, Resident Evil was another game that I started around that time, but I guess I stopped and continued later on because, of course, I got busy and wanted to focus on more Switch games, right? Because that was my main console back then. But nowadays, I feel like it's a little bit of both, and hopefully, with all my new setup that I have planned for 2022, it's gonna be definitely a Nintendo and PlayStation channel a lot more. I got brand new games to play, brand new setups. It's gonna be amazing. Honestly, after Star Wars and Resident Evil, I don't think I played a new game for a while. I'm checking here my list, and really, it just ended up being more of the same. I filled it up with Fortnite, with more episodes of each series. I think around the summertime there was a lot of me reacting and discussing about E3, because around that time we got new game announcements. We got Kazuya in Smash Bros, which was another crazy reaction. My experience with Tekken is a little weird because I didn't grow up with it, but like my cousins played it, so every time I would go over, we would play that. I'd play Tekken 5. I guess I started with Tekken 5 and I kept going with 6 and 7, but I'm not like a super like heavy Tekken fan. Really, I'm not a fighting game kind of guy other than Smash Bros, but I have dabbled with a few stuff, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. But yeah, after Kazuya, like I said, I just kept playing more of the same games that I've been playing. All these games are kind of stretched out because I work. I usually have a full shift, a 9-hour shift. I sell phones, so obviously I'm a salesperson, so I gotta, be constantly working. They give me more time around the holidays, so that's why I've been making more videos and kind of planning stuff out. You guys don't see this because I just came back from work, so it's a little dark. You'll most likely see it in future videos next year, but I've reorganized my room and it's gonna look really nice. But after that, I think the only games I started playing was after summer. Oh, okay, when we started playing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which I still need to finish, but I most likely will finish it. I think I only need like 2 more episodes and I could probably finish it. But that game, I know it's not new, but it's a childhood game I used to play. Like look, check this out. Like, look, I had the original Ty the Tasmanian Tiger on PlayStation. I have the second and third game, and so far the first and second game have been ported to Switch, and I've been loving just playing it. I obviously have a separate file where I play it myself, so like, because that's a childhood game, but I still have my gaming file ready to go to finish the last few worlds. But that was a really fun game. Then after that, I started playing Ace Attorney. Now, Ace Attorney is weird because I like the Ace Attorney games. Never played all of them. I've only played Ace Attorney versus Phoenix Wright. Bruh. I always say that. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright was my first exposure. I got it on the 3DS. It was this one here, Ace Attorney. There we go. That one. There we go. So that was the one that I played on the DS. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Loved it. But I personally loved Phoenix Wright's sections more, so that's why I was really excited to play this. But ended up being almost 2 hours of gameplay, which, if you're not really a fan of sitting down and watching it, it's can be kind of a long video, but there's different people. At first I was like, should I really do this? Should I live stream it? Should I upload it? But I've seen a lot of people I follow and watch for playthroughs, and they have pretty long videos sometimes. So I said, what the heck? I'm sure people will understand why it's so long. But I finished the first tutorial section. I was like, dude, literally 3 episodes, 2 hour long, so that's 6 episodes altogether, and that was only the tutorial. So I think I'll figure out what I'll do with that game, but I have to finish it, at least the first one, because I think the game comes with part 1 and part 2. So we'll see. That game might span over 2 years, Then after that, I think I continued playing games. I played Fortnite, Tai, Persona, all this other stuff, Breath of the Wild, right up until Sonic Colors, which finally came out. It was around the time where, we just got a new season of Fortnite, so I was like, oh man, am I gonna have to cover Fortnite and Sonic Colors? But luckily everything kind of like matched together, because Sonic Colors came out a little bit earlier. So I played Sonic Colors, which I got lucky. I know people were hating on the game, that it was really glitchy and all this stuff, but I got lucky. I had no glitches other than like a few visual bugs. I never got Sonic spazzing out or anything like that. I had a lot of fun with the game, except for Asteroid Coaster? No, Aquarium Park. For some reason, when I played it on my controller, I sucked. I kept falling, I kept getting hit by everything. I did not have a good time with that world. But when I played it handheld, I did a lot better, so I don't know. But overall, I love Sonic, Sonic games. I was considering redoing Forces. I have a Forces playthrough. It was before I started. It has no commentary, so that's why I'm thinking about redoing it, but I'll most likely do it as a Road to Sonic Frontiers, because, that's super exciting. Open world Sonic game, definitely excited to see how that works. But I already did my Sonic Colors playthrough with Facecam, with reactions, so I'll most likely do that for Forces in the future, so keep an eye out on that. Maybe closer to the release of Frontiers. So, expect to see a Frontiers playthrough as well, because that game looks amazing. Open world Sonic, it's like Zelda, but you can go high speeds. Like, count me in. Then after that, as usual, we continued playing all these games. We had an announcement for, what was it? Oh, no, we had a Nintendo Direct. And at that point, we got Splatoon 3, the new Kirby game announced, and Bayonetta 3. So that I'll most likely play one of the 3, if not all 3 on the channel. I feel like I used to play a lot of Splatoon originally. Splatoon was like one of the most games I played before I started, the channel. I haven't done a playthrough on it. I've done a few Splatfests, mind you. I have done a few Splatfests, and those are really fun. I'm glad that they kind of still kept the game going, but of course it had to end at some point. I might do a story mode playthrough of Splatoon. It might not take long. I guess towards the in celebration that Splatoon 3 is coming, I guess closer to the release, I'll do a Road to for a lot of these games. I'll do a Road to Bayonetta, Road to Breath of the Wild, Road to Splatoon. So I'll play like the original games that I haven't played. I guess Breath of the Wild, it'll be DLC, while Splatoon 2 and Bayonetta will be full playthroughs of the games, but we'll see, because I keep saying that I gotta manage all this, and who knows what other new games are gonna come out that I still haven't played, so I really gotta find time to balance this out. But then, not long after, we got the final Smash Bros. Announcement, which, I was gonna be happy with whoever they added, because even if it's a character I didn't know, I knew Sakurai would put a lot of love into him, because, I didn't know Byleth, I didn't know Terry, Kazuya, I don't know much about him, all this stuff, even Pyra which with how much I've seen of them, I didn't really know them because I never played Xenoblade, which is another game that I wish I could play, but back then I didn't have a lot of memory on my Switch. Now I do, so maybe. But I was happy either way. I was like, it could be Master Chief and I'll be happy, because I know Sakurai will make them fun. But to my surprise, it was who I've been asking for all this time. There's only been like a handful of people that are on my list. Technically, Bayonetta was on my list instantaneously as soon as I played her game. I was like, this girl is amazing. Wouldn't it be amazing for her to be in Smash? And she ended up being the last fighter in Smash 4. Then when people were talking about an ARMS representative, I was like Min all the way. She's the best one, and she ended up coming in. And just never believe in yourself, never doubt yourself, because I was like, come on, Sora, we got the leaks and everybody's excited for him. This has to be it. And once he was shown, I was crying, bro. I tried to, on a lot of playthroughs and stuff, kind of hide my tears. I haven't cried at anything yet, most likely because most of the games are games I've already played, so the impact isn't there. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for games that will make me cry that I haven't played in 2022. But Sora, Oh my god, it was like, oh my god, it was like you're so nervous right before, like, is it gonna be him? Is it not? And it ended up being him, and I was so happy. And I love playing with him. Funny enough, I hardly play him because when I go online to play, I've already gotten to him Elite Smash. He's literally my number one. He's like at 10,000 or 10 whatever GSP points or whatever it's called, and I'm so afraid to touch him because if I lose to some spammer, it goes all the way down. So I've been just focusing on other people, and the only time I get to play Sora is when I play with, you know, people locally, or when they make the little tournaments, the one-on-one tournaments. That's the only time I play him. So I just don't want to lose my Elite Smash spot. Oh my god. But then after that, we finally got back into more content making in regards to new games, right? Halloween came in. It was a perfect opportunity to kind of jumpstart a few games I've been wanting to play. So I finished Outlast, which I stopped playing ever since the last Halloween for whatever reason. I think it's because Miles Morales and Age of Calamity had come out, and I was like, I gotta play those games. But I finally finished Outlast. It was an amazing playthrough. It was, I hadn't gotten scared in a long time, so it was really fun to go back to scary games. I finally started my Luigi's Mansion 3 playthrough, which I had done a playthrough before I started becoming consistent on the channel. I did finish the whole game, but like Breath of the Wild, it's been so long that the game surprises me. I'm like, oh wait, this is the floor we're in? I thought we were going to be in this floor. So far, it's been really fun, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that's what happened now. Like stuff is kind of coming back. You kind of forget a lot because the game is very puzzle-based, very maze-like, so it's really cool. But I did finish the game, but like I said, no commentary, and it was rather long. Now I feel like everything's a lot better. The game each episode has been roughly an hour, so I feel like that's pretty good. And it's been one of the easiest games to edit. I feel like it's the games where I least edit, so I'm definitely hoping to finish that soon. After that, we did a few reactions to Pokemon Evolutions. I don't do a lot of reactions on this channel. Mostly that's on my film channel. The only stuff I reacted to is Pokemon Evolutions and the Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisp mini-series. If anything like this shows up, I will do it, but I feel like I'll leave like media reaction on my film channel. If there's like a game reaction, obviously I'll put it here. Like for example, I did also react to the Sonic movie trailer, but that's on my film channel, while I reacted to Sonic Frontiers here. So, you know, that's why, you know, obviously that's how I do things. And now that leaves us to where we are now. I did start Age of Calamity. Part 1 is up on the channel as I'm recording this, but I still need to sit down and continue, which will be something I'll do starting next week, you know, in the new year. Star Wars, I started back doing that, as well as Resident Evil. I finished Resident Evil as I'm recording this, it's done. And then Star Wars, as I'm recording this, the next episode, the finale, will be up tomorrow when you see this video. So if you're seeing this in the future, it's already done on my channel, go check it out. I started Spider-Man because there was so much Spider-Man hype. I told myself not to start anything new, but there was so much Spider-Man hype, and I just wanted to play that game because I played Miles Morales. That's also on my channel with Facecam, so you can definitely check it out. There's a playlist on my channel. And now I'm playing the original, and we're already, what, 5 parts in, and we're doing good. So I feel like that game might be 10 parts as well, you know, if I do everything correctly. But after that, it's just been Star Wars, Resident Evil, and Spider-Man. Anything else? Bro. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Now, I've only done up to, 3 episodes so far. I didn't expect episode 3 to be as long as it was. I didn't expect the journey from Oreburgh City to Floroma Town to the Gardenia's City, Eterna City, to be so long. You know, I know I played these games as a kid, but it was such, you know, it was a lot smaller scale. Now it's a little bit bigger, and it's like, oh wow, this was a long route, you know. I hope to continue that game and finish it before Pokemon Arceus, but it might be a little bit close. I might be like near the end once Pokemon Arceus comes in, so we'll just have to see about that. And I'm also kind of surprised that so far I'm not going with the team that I originally planned. I mean, I was gonna get a Floatzel, that was gonna be my water type, but so far I caught a Psyduck, and it's been doing a lot better. So maybe, you know, a new and unique team. I guess we'll see. But honestly, that's pretty much it. We literally caught up to everything I've played. Like I said, throughout the year, I've just been focusing on playing these games. As I'm recording this, the last game I played was Persona. which we just had a new awakening for a new character, so definitely check that out. Jedi Fallen Order, we were almost done. Episode 9 is already out. That was an amazing episode. I love the editing I did for that. Definitely check that out. And yeah, just keep looking forward to everything I'm gonna do. I don't know, I can't promise what I'm gonna play for Switch. Just I'm gonna finish what I've started. The new games I have listed are obviously like Pokemon Arceus, Bayonetta 3, all the new stuff, you know, but I just don't know if there's anything in between that I'll play. There's little stuff here and there, not to mention PlayStation games I want to play. If I get my hands on a PlayStation 5, then maybe I can play Ratchet and Clank and Resident Evil 8. But for now, I've just been playing games that are already pre-installed, right? So who knows what I'm gonna do. I actually did get a PlayStation game for Christmas that I will play on the channel, so definitely keep your eyes on that. It's another Breath of the Wild open world type of game, so you know, if that interests you, you know, keep an eye out. But I just want to say thank you. You know, I started, I think, under 100. We were like at 50 when I started this year. I could probably go back and double check, but now we're about 130 strong. Hopefully, I guess my new goal for 2022 is to get to 200. I think it's just every 100, right? So far I'm doing this as a hobby. I would love to be able to sit down and play this all day long and do this, but there's so many people doing it, and there's so much content that it's hard to compete. So at the end, I'm more about just playing the game, recording my reactions so I can go back and watch it. I don't expect to make money off this. Even my film channel is the same. I do reactions, reviews, but it's a lot. It's very time consuming. So I'll have to see what I have to do, because now I'm balancing 2 channels and who knows. But I just want to say thank you. You know, I made a lot of cool acquaintances, you know, on my YouTube channel. People I've talked to, even they have had some hard times. One of the people I know, OC Disaster, we talked a lot earlier during the year. He's been going through some stuff, so he's kind of been organizing himself as well. We have people that I've met through Instagram, through Twitter. Twitter was another app that, like, I never really wanted to download because it was really toxic, really like dramatic. People would always be like, you know, I always heard it was bad, but once I got into it, I was like, oh, this is great, because everybody was like, join my Twitter. Like, I was like, everybody I follow is on Twitter, and I feel like they're always talking about Twitter. It's like, oh, check my Twitter, I left a comment, you guys voted on Twitter. It's like, I got to be part of this. And, you know, it's been fun. You know, I like Twitter because you get to talk to people too. It's not like Instagram where you just post pictures and that's it. Twitter, you can actually post your comment. You're like, what are you thinking on a specific thing? I mean, I think I've met a lot of cool people. The biggest one is, what is his name on Twitter? I keep forgetting, because like, he has like 2 different ones. Emmanuel Garcia on Twitter. I guess his Twitter handle is Brianicus. It's weird. I've never read it out loud. I just read Brian Sus. Anyways, Emmanuel Garcia. You know, I think if you know, I'll probably put a little picture if I can here. But he's been really fun to talk to. He's another person that I kind of look up to. He has like a positive energy, and he likes the same things I like, just like OC. OC likes a lot of Nintendo and everything, and I think I followed him because of like Bayonetta stuff. And there's other people on Twitter that I've met that surprisingly are all part of the same group, which I guess Twitter kind of like pulls from like who you're talking to. And I've kind of met, you know, I've met a lot of cool artists and just people that also like the games I'm playing. So it's kind of fun to see other people's reactions, like when a new character got announced for Smash Bros, or a new game got announced. It was really fun to see that. And I feel like that's a big difference, because sometimes you're like, oh, do I like this person better? Do I not like everybody's kind of the same, because everybody brings a different atmosphere. I mean, even on Twitter, people I've met like who are streamers, you know, I've watched Tiffany Lockhart, I've watched Permanent Violet, I've watched Leia, like all these people I've met, Crayberries, like all these people on not Twitter. Well, Twitter, some of them, but other people on Twitch. I've been watching more Twitch, kind of learning how it works, because I kind of want to start streaming there for these longer games, like, you know, Ace Attorney, or maybe if I do, you know, bigger games that require me to kind of like ask for help, or, you know, stream for longer. But who knows? I just need a better setup. Right now, it's a lot of visual setups that I got no spoilers, but I'll spoil you guys. I got a green screen, so I might see how that fits into this. And I got a few better microphones, and the camera I think is still good. So don't know if I need to like. That's what it is. I need more lights, because so far, I mean, I use my phone. I got my light on my camera. I got this little flashlight, but I had to put it like far to kind of like make more light around me rather than to my face. But because you hardly see the background, you don't even see me. Like, you don't even see what my hair is like. My hair, I have a cool, like, you know, cool style going on, but you guys can hardly see it. But that's just me, you know, figuring things out, you know. But guys, that's pretty much it. I didn't expect this to be almost 30 minutes. If it, you know, I might cut stuff out, but I just wanted to go through what I've done and express how fun this has been, you know, and I hope that 2022 is way better. Like I said, I feel like now that I've got a solid idea of how to do my videos and my thumbnails and my edits and everything, I feel like I'll do good. I just hope that I can talk to more people, collab more, share more experiences, because I feel like that's what I need, you know, both on my gaming channel and on my film channel. And who knows, maybe I'll finally do more on my art channel, because if you don't know, I do like to draw anime and stuff. You know, there is a link to my art channel, which was technically my first ever channel when I was little. There's a few pieces there, but I have gotten a little bit better. But at the same time, I haven't really practiced at all. I have literally a Wacom tablet that I have. This thing is $400 and I haven't used it at all. And I got it last Christmas. Literally been sitting there for over a year, since 2021 to 2022, without being touched. I did touch it a few times, you know, because I like to touch things. But I really hope to draw more. You know, it was a hobby of mine, and one of my earlier dreams was to be an animator. So I definitely have to practice if I want to do that. You know, I hope to continue school as well. Now I've changed my major from film to, well, not film, but from director to editor, because I do a lot of editing here, and if I go to any movies, I want to not direct anymore, but I kind of want to edit the film. Maybe even if I do storyboarding for some of the, I don't know, Disney movies, if I ever get into them, because I love Disney. I would love to be in an animated feature in the future, you know, Frozen 3 or all this stuff, right? But yeah, thank you so much. Don't know what else to say, just wanted to make a quick video. Don't know when this will be up. This will probably be later, before the year ends. I got a few videos lined up for the beginning of the year, just to match the theme. Tomorrow there'll be a Fortnite video, just because they have a New Year's event and I have a lot of footage I wanted to get rid of. And then it'll be the Star Wars finale. After that, I'll see what I do. I'll probably continue with Age of Calamity, Luigi's Mansion, and everything else. And I guess the next big game will be Pokemon Arceus. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else that I upload. Have a great new year. Hope to see you next time in the next video. Bye.